everyone. We will survive. Today is our Independence Day.
Today we celebrate
Resurgence.
Yeah.
Resurgence.
Guess
Now you
what?
say your favorite line.
We're preparing to fire the primary weapon.
USA, guys.
Listen, I thought he died. Did he die? He died.
He died.
Did they put like a fake picture of him in it, or is that really him? I don't know now.
No spoilers.
I
Okay.
don't know. I should have looked it
He
up.
didn't die in the movie, by the way. It's not. No one dies in this movie.
No one.
Lots of people should die in this movie horribly, and we'll talk about that in the spoiler portion of this podcast. Remember, we always do this. We do the quick review first for you, where we give you the review, try and do it pretty quick for you, and then we move on to the spoilers.
I want to move on to the spoilers
Maybe like
quickly, so we're going to do that quick.
So we're going to tell you how much we love this movie.
I love Yum Yum 17. What was her name?
You mean Angela Baby?
Angela Baby, that's right.
Let's show them.
I think she is made. She's a creature made in the internet,
or in a lab on the internet,
by some really horny scientists. Nitro IPA. Actually, I picked the Sam Adams one because I didn't want to waste a good beer on this podcast. I mean, because Nitro. No, this is actually really good. I've had it before.
Hating your heart out.
And so it is. It's made. So it's really cool. So it makes it extra creamy. The widget that's in there.
Yeah, it's Nitro.
It's like science.
Prost. Let's make it count.
Ooh, so weird. So, I mean, you don't expect an IPA to have that, like, it's almost like a Guinness head on top of it, like a light Guinness head.
Light Guinness? So like the Guinness Blonde Ale, you mean?
Yeah. No, the Guinness Blonde Ale does not taste like
that.
Why Guinness? Why ruin perfection?
You know what we need, guys? We need a Blonde Ale. Because we're selling our just the one beer we make hand over fist. Literally.
You know, like for the last 150 years or something. Like, we'll never want for cash. This one, okay.
We're in the experimental phase.
Let's talk about this movie.
So the movie's called Independence Day Resurgence.
You got a synopsis for us or what?
Resurgence. I gotta make up one right now. Let's just say it's 20 years after the original Independence Day. If you haven't seen the original Independence Day, just go kill yourself.
But basically, it is the same time frame as the movie. So that actually, I kind of like that they did that. You know, a lot of movies don't do that when there's that far of a gap. They don't say, hey, it actually is real time in between Earth and Earth, if you will.
Earth is the other planet that they came from.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they came to get us, because they named their planet Earth and it was too close to ours. And they're mad about it.
Now, you guys, that's a spoiler.
So there's a very threadbare reason for the aliens coming back 20 years later. But it is there. It's basically a generational thing at this point. There's the children of the characters from the first one that are doing the fighting, but a lot of the old characters from the original are back, excluding Will Smith, who they don't even really explain him not being there, but they do in the promotional.
There's the proprietary and also the timeline that they have on the War of '96 website that explains. They sort of say
not in the movie,
yeah, you're living your dad's legacy or something, but they don't really explain that he. Yeah, I guess we can say because they've said it in some things. They've said he passed away in different things. That's why he's not. Will Smith is in the movie. But Judd Hirsch
didn't pass away.
Judd Hirsch somehow not dead.
And doesn't
he's
look
alive in this movie. Really. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's aged at all. He looks like he's been 65 for 20 years.
I was cryogenically frozen, and now I'm back.
Like he didn't lose a step in acting. He was the exact same guy. It was like actually kind of funny.
But I mean, he's probably at this point immortal. And if you saw the movie, which we won't spoil,
we'll get to that definitely in the spoiler part.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what we liked and didn't like about this movie.
All the gold. All the gold.
Well, because basically, like the premise is the aliens came back. That's it. The aliens came back,
and we kind of like stole their reverse manufacture their weapons technology and added
and took their mojo.
Which I like that idea too, because that would be the first thing you should do.
Yeah.
So you know we've kind of got like some cool stuff. We got some new primary weapons.
Which we're preparing to fire.
Yeah. And more beautiful Hemsworth.
Also Hemsworth.
Yeah,
I'm Hemsworth.
Liam Hemsworth in this movie as
not Thor.
Jake Morrison.
Loki.
Jake Morrison. No, he's the dude from Divergent.
Or the dude from...
No, he's not dude from Divergent. Dude from Mockingjay. That's what I meant. What are those?
The Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, yeah. The Hungry Man Games.
Is another name that's not a real name.
The Hungry Man Games.
My name is Kane or something.
I should know this. Gale. His name's Gale. Yes.
It's
as bad. As bad.
My name's Kale. So you want to press with us?
You pros two guys at home.
Get in the camera shot. Prost, yeah. Waterfalls, guys.
This is good.
So good.
So all the kids have grown up and they're all gorgeous.
And all maybe not the same actor?
What? No, none of them is the same actor. And also, Liam Hemsworth's character is not from the original movie. He's just a guy.
He is going out with the president's daughter, or the ex-president's daughter.
Banging the president's daughter.
Who's like 7 in the movie.
Ooh. Not in this movie. She's like
27 now.
27, yeah.
Presumably.
20 years.
Presumably. With math.
Science. Science, Jewel.
And science. There's a lot of not science in there. So, the daughter's played by Mika Monroe. Has she been in anything else? Let's see. Nothing else. She was in The Guest. And It Follows. It Follows, I heard, was actually a decent movie.
It Follows is the story of what Matt does when he sees
The Guest,
just follows him.
if I see Mika Monroe, I follows her. She's only 23, so she's playing an older lady.
Oh, wow.
Maybe she was 4. She could have been like 4 or something.
You could tell.
Like the daughter could have been 4 in 96.
Sure. She could have been 24. I don't know. If you're looking for sense or anything, or like a more than a threadbare plot, it wasn't there.
But what about the
There's
visuals?
a ton of characters.
Tons
of characters, though. Like tons, like way too many characters.
What about the orgy? No, we're talking about good things first. Good things.
Who's saying that's not a good thing?
The visuals. Let's talk about I love characters. I love when they put 60 people in there. Don't explain any of them.
They did some fun stuff for the ships. I thought they had the fun little the ship with the arms, the tugboat guy, the cool primary weapon firing things, and the new kind of alien craft because they've had time to upgrade their technology.
No, that's not what that is. That's a different alien craft. Look, jeez. We'll get into that, I guess. It's so stupid.
It's not the same one.
It's so bad. But also, the sheer size of this thing that they're showing you is crazy. Like, it's insane.
No,
it's mind-boggling, even on a screen.
It's not good physics.
I'm not talking about the physics. No.
Not good physics.
No, Mike, the first movie wasn't good physics, so this movie was even worse for the physics. So, we're not even going to go into that. Like, I can't even. I could talk about that for 40 minutes on how bad that was part of the physics. But we're not. We're talking about the good things. So visuals. How the visual effects? How did you like them?
Actually, I think this. I'm kind of glad I didn't see it in 3D, but I liked what I saw. Like I said, I liked a lot of the future tech looking stuff.
Did you like the visual of everything getting smashed? Obviously, that happens. It's an Independence Day
also, a lot of green lasers. There's a lot of green lasers on the screen at once, and you're like, green lasers, okay.
Well, it's because we don't know the blue laser technology, or we'd use that.
Well, aliens use green lasers. It's just how it works. And so we reverse engineer like that. We should have just changed it so we could tell. Like, oh, that's our lasers in blue. We're going to, like, psychedelic men and change colors, maybe?
Hey. I like that they got more
Dr. Oaken
people involved, and more. I love Dr. Oaken. I love Brent Spiner. It's my boy. We learned Dr. Oaken's first name. What was his first name? Brackish.
I knew that before. His first name. They said his first name in the original one too.
I don't remember that. Yeah. But no Adam Baldwin. He wouldn't come back. Were you too good for it?
Oh,
you too good for this? You too good for this, Adam Baldwin?
Jamie even thinks that's messed up.
You're the hero of Canton. You can't even show up.
The man they call Jane. That would have been cool if he would have just screamed Reavers. Like, just one scene, he just screamed
Reavers.
It's a go ram Reavers! And then he just starts running.
Well, there was a lot of people speaking Chinese. Because Yum Yum 17 and...
Matt, Angela Baby, you racist. Not saying Yum Yum 17.
You're Yogabari. And,
She played a character named Rain Leo.
By the way, Angela Baby is one word. Just, you know.
Yeah, Angela Baby is
that's
one word.
her
American name, I guess?
Porn star name? No, that's her pop star name. She's a pop star, I think.
I'm pretty sure she's a pop star.
That's what I said. She's a pop star.
China doesn't have porn
I think
stars.
she's a pop star. That's what I said. She's a pop star, right?
They wouldn't be having them in movies that we could show in their
You're
country.
not confirming or denying, really. You're just denying. And of course, Chocolat's in this movie, so...
And Chocolat is in this movie, guys. Chocolat.
Deobia Opare.
He plays Dikembe Umbuto, who is the... he's a warlord, and so at the start of the movie, they're basically like, there's no fighting, and they're like, except for this guy who's killing people. You're like, what?
He's still got a group of a faction of people. He's a warlord.
Warlording.
Then no, we're not going to get into it.
But they fight aliens or something.
And he knows some secrets and stuff.
And also, he's now a side character.
And now he's part of the team, guys.
He's on the A team.
He's the Mr. T of this team now. He's like, I pity the fool. That's one for my Ubuntu impression and two for his Ubuntu. You didn't do your shit, Cove.
No, racist.
There you go.
Because of racism.
I win by default.
Because of racism.
Company's won. Racism. So I don't know. Let's just do the review.
I actually like this character the best.
Should we? I don't know.
Here's one of my favorites.
Is there any more we can talk about in this?
Dikembe Umbuto. This is one of my favorites.
Mine was the other doctor who came back and who ended up being Dr. Hogan's boyfriend or husband or something.
Lover.
Yeah. Like, oh, I didn't see that come in, I guess. Because nobody cared about that guy in the first one. But I'm just glad they gave...
He waited 20 years for
They gave Brent Spiner some spots. He actually acted his ass off. He's probably actually my favorite part of the movie. Jeff Goldblum acted his ass off because he's Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum
just played himself.
Yeah, but that's
in
great.
Scenes.
Good. Do it.
He's like, yeah, I'm an expert of walking around.
If somebody's like, would you want to see more...
Here's a love interest for me.
If somebody was like, would you want to see more Nicolas Cage or less Nicolas Cage, what would you say?
More.
And you know the same applies to Jeff Goldblum. The more Jeff Goldblum you see,
okay, so
the better.
We're gonna have a moment for the most wasted character though. Charlotte Gainsborough in this movie. Why? She played the psychiatrist woman. The
lady who's
the Charlotte Gainsborough from Nymphomaniac or
yes, I knew I'd seen her in something. Okay, if she's in Nymphomaniac, okay. I don't like her character was like everyone has to have a love interest. And it's like, oh,
I'm a psychiatrist. I'm gonna go with you. No,
I'm a love interest. Somehow it
kiss me at the end of this movie because I'm age
spoiler,
appropriate.
not really a spoiler.
I'm age appropriate for you,
Jeff
Goldblum.
That's dumb.
I mean, she's still looking for age, so it makes sense.
I'm surprised Judd Hurst didn't make out with a teenager or something.
Yeah, maybe one of those kids in the bus.
Hey, one of you kids want to hang out with Grandpa?
That would have been twist. He was a pedophile. Like that would have been such an awesome twist.
Would have been as believable as the rest of the
Hey, who wants to get touched now? Let's go. Read my book and I'll touch you.
Give him a shook and the kids. I gotta say something Jewish every couple lines.
Oy vey. I'm on a boat. Oh boy. So now let's hear this.
I'm looking for gefilte fish.
Let's hear what we didn't like first, real quick. Because we've just been saying
most of the plot. There is too much ex machina. Like I'm all right with a little ex machina because that sometimes drives plot and it works to an advantage. But there was so much that was like they didn't care to write a reason why this happened. Like it just happens.
And it's Roland Emmerich. They don't do that in any of his
I know, but that's why it kills me still. And I loved the original Independence Day because, for all its faults, I loved it because of the action stuff, especially for 1996. Like the blowing up technology was freaking amazing. It was off the charts back then. When you see that laser come down,
chandelier.
When you see that laser come down that freaking building in Los Angeles, and everybody is just like kind of staring like, oh, laser, and they're like, oh crap, it's blowing up, and they all start going, and the cars start flipping over. Like that is so cool back then. But now it's just like, first of all, there wasn't even much of that. It was more of giant ships smashing everything, and there was
that scene. I understand it has to go a little long because it's a giant ship coming into the
and I understand why they did it.
3,000 miles, but basically it's the size
of America. That's America.
Yeah,
the United States of America is about 3,300 miles across.
The size of the size of the ship, which a little bit overkill, guys. A little bit overkill.
First of all, why didn't they just land that ship on land? Then they could have killed like 1 billion people. They could have landed that thing on China and just murdered everyone in China.
Well, they basically did that. They killed everyone on the eastern seaboard.
Yeah, but no, they landed it mostly on water. because they were trying to go over the ridge, but they could have like skimmed over everyone.
Well, the thing is, that ship
is a weapon itself. They don't need weapons.
That ship landing even coming into the atmosphere and then landing on the land would have destroyed itself.
Also, it was super indestructible because it landed and just mashed everything in its path. Dirt, rocks, like granite, bedrock, mountains getting
Judd Hirsch flying around.
Nope, he was indestructible. He was stronger than the ship.
Fine. A-okay.
Okay, let's just I want to get the spoilers now because I'm tired of talking about this. It's making me angry. How did you feel about this movie?
You know what? I kept my sense of whimsy throughout the movie. Honestly, it hit all the beats of this kind of movie for me. Someone flying into a space orifice, crazy action scenes, lots of retreads of all the one-liners. No Miguel. Get rid of that guy.
But there's no Miguel. That's a negative for me.
I want
Miguel back.
Everyone is a pilot.
Miguel and his girlfriend.
Everyone is a pilot.
Miguel and his girlfriend still together. They live in a trailer park still.
Every fucking person is a pilot.
Yeah.
Why can everyone pilot stuff?
The president's daughter.
Oh, everything. I learned to pilot as well.
But the best part was she was a pilot, but she gave it up like years ago so she could be in the. But then all of a sudden she just remembers everything.
The best. I'm the best around. Like okay. So it hit all the beats for me, and I would say I'm going to give 2 different ratings. So because all the ratings are very official here.
Okay.
If you are a fan of the first one, this is a must see. Because
really
because this was great. This is I thought was as good as the first one.
Okay.
If not better in some portions.
Really?
Yes. But if you haven't seen the first one, this isn't really something you need to see. I would say I would give it a like it, but I would give it a low like it if you haven't seen the original movie. If you haven't seen the original movie, like I said, just kill yourself. So it's gonna be a must see.
Like it? Wow. Yeah. Wow.
I liked it.
Okay.
I enjoyed the movie.
We are going to disagree on this. Although
No, we're not. You're going to be a low must-see over here.
In theory, I enjoyed the movie. There's a lot I enjoyed about I love the old one-liners because I liked the first movie so much. But there was so much that they just didn't give a crap about. Like, they're just like, yeah, it just happened. And like, that could have been a part where you told us just like a minute of expository. And in the beginning, the best part was that him just using characters to rehash the old, they basically did previously on Independence Day.
I'm Mr. Exposition. This is why this happened. Hi.
He's like,
this is just something.
Like, yeah, my dad was that hotshot pilot, and my mom is Vivica A. Fox, and it's like,
and she is so.
And I have a chip on my shoulder because me and my old partner. It's like I don't.
His name is Jake Morrison.
But he's trying to say it as they're speaking like a conversation, not like this isn't a narrator. This is like, yeah, so I have a chip on my shoulder still because of this happened.
But see, for me, they had to do that because if you didn't see the first movie for some reason, kill yourself.
But it was like they just shoehorned this thing in with Will Smith's son and Liam Hemsworth.
Play Usher, as we said.
Jesse Usher.
I think it's just Usher.
U-S-H-E-R. No, that's
Usher
Raymond.
I'm pretty sure it's just Usher.
They just shoehorn this thing in there. It's like,
racist.
oh, I'm supposed to care about this. I don't care about this at all. And you did make me care about it because you're like, yep, it's there. I'm like, I don't.
So what would you give this rating?
And so much crappy Ex Machina. Like, it was killing me at the end. It was killing me. I was like, stop! Like, oh, I crash landed right next to the other person that crash landed, even though they were up in the air for 40 minutes longer.
Are you going to give this a lower rating because your son kept trying to make us hold hands?
No. He was a weirdo. He's been a whole weirdo.
You're putting my hand on his inner thigh. I'm like, what are you doing?
He's been a weirdo.
Stop.
My son's a weirdo. I'm going to give it, if you like the last movie, I'll give it a like it. You'll probably like it still.
Oh man, what if you?
But I'm trying to be
so high must see. Okay.
I'm trying to be a critic about this. I'm gonna give it a very low mediocre best.
Oh wow.
Mediocre best.
Mediocre at best.
Very low. Like it was very close to having 4 thumbs down. Because there was just so much that they didn't care.
Matt, where did your whimsy go?
They didn't care. Like when they're I'm not even going to get into it. We'll do spoilers, and we'll talk about this more. Let's do this.
Okay, so you heard it, guys. Thank you for coming. If you don't want spoilers, we're going to move on. We'll put the timestamp in here. Let me see this 1929. That's pretty good. Typical for us. Yeah, pretty typical.
We're going to end this in 5 minutes. Yep. 20 minutes later.
Okay, so
I'm doing the head pat for a minute. So
no. We're good. This will be in the front.
Spoilers.
You've seen these animated.
Spoilers.
We're going to spoilers thing over Matt's face right now.
Spoilers.
Every time he says spoilers, he's
going to put spoilers.
Gonna do it.
Spoilers.
Another one. Let's leave it there for a minute and a half. Too.
Spoilers. Okay, let's get into the meat of this. The delicious Salisbury steak.
That you didn't like, obviously. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I said Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak. That was the movie. He's like, hey, it's steak. Nope, it's Salisbury steak. You're a fucking liar.
Matt, okay, this had everything that a movie needs to be good.
Okay.
Chinese celebrity. Usher was in it.
It's not Usher.
It's Usher. I'm pretty sure it's Usher.
Dylan. I forgot the little kid's name until I was like, oh, Dylan, that's his name.
There's a character fire sale, Matt. Aliens are really, really dumb.
Yeah, a character fire sale, but none of them died.
Also, there's a kaiju, Matt. There's a kaiju in this movie. How can you not like this movie?
That was stupid.
What is wrong with you?
Dumb.
The Queen's obviously bigger.
So she's 50 feet tall, but looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
She has no other traits.
They're like, well, what kind of battle suit do you want, my queen? She's
also,
let's make it bigger.
And also, okay, let's start, because I could get into a million things about that, but we're not going to get there yet. Let's start with the beginning of the movie. Okay, so the beginning of the movie, the narration, the expository narration was borderline hilarious how bad it was. Like the people that were, like... It was like the first movie too with Robert Downey Jr. No, Morton Downey Jr. Who am I thinking of? Harry Connick Jr.
Whoa,
Harry Connick Jr. Morton Downey Jr. was in this movie.
This is like the rails, and you're just like.
I had to use the link to get back to it. So Harry Connick Jr. and Will Smith's characters were kind of explaining a lot of stuff between in their lives.
Fans out there make a Venn diagram of the traits that Harry Connick Jr., Morton Downey Jr., and
I hope so.
And Robert Downey Jr.
No, it'll just be none in the middle. It'll be Will Smith right in the middle.
Will Smith.
So it was like what they did, like how they basically, it was like, I'm going to give you a background by explaining stuff to you about what happened in our lives.
When you said background, I was hoping you were going to say back rub.
No, there's no back rub.
I want to give you a back rub about what's happening in our lives.
I would have paid to see a back rub more than.
I want to see that little guy and Liam Hemsworth kind of have like a love scene.
What about the
Travis Trope's character, Charlie
that little guy was trying to get with Yum Yum 16.
Yeah, I know, but I thought this, like, they had better chemistry. He had better chemistry with Liam Hemsworth.
They everything. There was like 8 shoehorn relationships in this movie that there was nothing to care about in any of these. Like, oh, I don't care about that. I don't care about. Oh, that's great. Oh, he's trying to hit on her. Great.
I think part of that was just because there were so many characters. There wasn't time enough to spend with them to like do an Animal Crackers Armageddon scene or something.
I don't agree with that. I think they made Angela Baby's charter.
No one could have sex. No one could have sex in the engine of a space shuttle that was sitting there.
But they made Rain.
They had Animal Crackers over their chest.
They made Rain a strong character
for like, but that's a stretch. They made her say 2 lines of dialogue that made her seem strong.
But they could have at least done something with her. And it would have made more sense if she was with Dylan if they were going to do that. But then they're like, oh yeah, and this nerd guy likes you, so you're going to give him a date. And it's like, oh.
Well, he was bold. Man,
he's like, well, you are persistent, like most men should be. Just keep hitting on me until I like you.
Yeah, that's how it works. Girls like
and if not, put something in my drink. The end.
Whoa.
Roland Emmerich, rapey. That's all I'm saying.
Weird turn. I don't like it.
That's what happened.
I don't like it.
That's what happened. So anyway,
I don't think he raped her, man. I don't think he raped her.
No, it was just a rapey vibe.
So, man, what do you think of the female president? Sheila Ward is female president.
It didn't really matter.
Man, she was President Lanford, and she stood up to the
Didn't they call another dude Mr. President? By the way, the dude who's played by the Shredder from No, I think they called him Mr. President. I think they did. Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at that. But they had the Shredder.
Nearest president in between.
The other Shredder was in it.
The other Shredder, as they call him, as he's known. They call him other.
In the last Ninja Turtles movie, they were, or not Shredder. What the guy we thought was Shredder, but he wasn't. The guy who's I forgot the guy's name. Yeah, it should be in your actor list here. Where is he?
Man, there was too many actors. I told you, there's a fire sale.
So President Bill Pullman's back. I actually kind of liked the way his character started out. Like he was addled because of what happened to him, and he kind of had almost gone like senile.
It was like a PTSD.
It's very interesting.
Plus he's crazy.
Yeah, he almost had gone senile because of what happened to him. And then they
you could tell because he had a beard.
All of a sudden they made him forget that, and he lost his beard. I guess he shaved that. By the way, his beard would have taken like an hour and a half to shave. Like they made him shave that in 10 minutes. I was like,
oh,
no.
he's like a trimmed it.
Nope.
He used a space trimmer.
Nope.
He used a space like an alien laser.
He would have had like alien
laser.
technology in his
That's
laser
what I'm saying.
that just made his beard vaporize or something.
It just goes a green laser that came out of it.
And like mist comes out and turns.
Or Matt, maybe it looked like a tiny little primary weapon. It was just like, and then like, yeah. And his beard just goes up.
And it went dun 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 dun. By the way, score not as good in this movie.
No, I would, like the score was, it wasn't bad or good. It just wasn't there.
I feel like it wasn't there. Yeah, and that was a fun part of the first movie. The score was a terrific part of the first movie.
What's up, Danny Elfman? Where were you?
It's like, I'm retired,
Is
man.
Danny Elfman?
I don't know.
Hans Zimmer?
Hans Gruber?
Hans Gruber?
I played music for this movie.
He's dead now. Rick was dead. Rest in peace. Okay. He still has movies coming out, by the way. There's still movies with him in them.
I wouldn't doubt it. Galaxy Quest 2?
I saw a still from one on IMDb. I'm like, that's... Oh, listen. So Matt, what do you think of the giant boss fight? Movies don't have good boss fights. This could have been a great video game.
I hated that the alien just had a shield. I bothered the crap out of me. I was like, okay, everything else is a shield. Got it. Oh no, the alien has a shieldless suit.
I like how they made a big deal of it. Like, she's got a shield too. Like,
by the way, the shield is super indestructible in the first movie. Like, you shoot a nuclear weapon at that shield and nothing happens to it.
They have alien weapons now that fight that shield. Like, they're designed to shoot that shield.
But you think that the aliens would make it alien weapon proof? I don't know.
Well, I
don't know.
Okay, the thing is
no, don't tell me the thing is.
No, if you watch this movie,
how dare you?
If you watch this movie,
I watched the whole movie.
The signal gets to them, and then they instantly appear on Earth. They don't like take 20 more years to go to Earth. The signal gets to them 20 years later. Then they get to Earth.
And what is the signal? The signal is just
Bill Pullman's
speech.
No, yeah, it's
on the radio.
Well,
so that means they're 20, does that mean they're 20 light years away or 20 sound years away?
Yeah, 20 light years away. Because it's
radio waves. Light
by radio waves.
Okay.
Radio waves, which are light.
Okay, all right. So 20 light years. So that's actually relatively close. That's kind of scary. I don't like that.
20 light years is decently far. I mean,
no, that's cosmically close.
Yeah. So is anything.
And then they warp 20 here. Like, they get here in like 8 minutes.
Well, then there's also that other alien race that has a wormhole that like sucks all the atmosphere off.
I knew the minute I saw that little stupid circle. It's like, that's not a bad alien.
By the way, Matt,
not a bad alien.
Do you think they were introducing the concept of Destiny, the game Destiny?
The little traveler?
Traveler, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of was. He was like a little traveler. So happy and he's just trying to help.
And do you think at the end they were setting up possibly a Mass Effect universe within?
No.
In case. Because he's like, now we're going to go get those aliens.
We're going to bring them back their bomb. There was a Halo, actually. Well, I kind of like that they're like, oh, well, you can come here and I'll train you and then you'll learn how to fight them. But also, if they have more than one of these ships, sorry, Earth, you're done. Because what happens if they send 2 of them? No, we're done.
Well,
and also, America's the only one who seems to be able to fight them. Also, this 3,000 mile long ship just crushed all of Europe, so we got no people over there.
Think about it. If we took a bunch of ships down and we got the technology, would we give to other people? No.
Europe got fucked.
People under the thumb.
Like 100% fucked. Like,
yeah. Well, because they literally took all of China's buildings and dropped them on London, which means that they rolled over.
And then, of course, the ship landing on top of it. India. Then, of course, there's no atmosphere, because if we're really going into it, that ship just cut all the atmosphere off.
Billions of people are dead.
Yeah.
Billions.
Like most of the Earth's population.
And it wouldn't even be the throne. A lot of them would just be squashed.
Like a vast majority of Earth's population.
Would be squashed or flash boiled.
Yeah, or they'd have a horrible radiation burns and then be dead.
Well, not to mention the famine from ocean life.
Unless they were made of Judd Hirsch, and then
America's fine too, because all the winds are like hitting this thing and making this giant storm. Most likely, if they haven't just evaporated altogether.
Let's not go with it.
I'm just saying, man,
it's killing me.
Earth is done.
It's bothered me so much.
Earth is done.
Like I was actually cool with their 15-mile wide ships, and like now we have 3,000-mile wide ship. I'm like, what?
In the center, sitting directly in the center, is the Queen.
Yeah, and her ship is like 8 miles wide, and somehow it's like right in the front when they're drilling, so they can go to it. They fly to it in like a minute. I'm like, they're flying 3,000 miles like a minute, but it's like showing the ship. It's like near the front.
Well, they also introduced the concept of them drilling to the... And they're like, okay, well, so the first time, they have this 15-mile wide ship drilling to the center of the Earth.
That's supposedly going to pull up the Earth's core and go away with it.
Yeah, which would take forever. It would literally take forever to get there.
But even if it did, a 15-mile wide ship can't lift the Earth's core. There's no weight displacement that makes that work. Because the Earth's core is made of metal.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. So the 3,000 mile wide ship is doing the same thing now, and it's going to take less time, obviously. Cool.
But also, worse fuel. Why is this your fuel? That doesn't make any sense. Your fuel weighs 8 billion tons. Why would you do that?
I was hoping the aliens would be allergic to water.
It might have made more sense at that point. So then they're like, okay, they're like, this thing is drilling in, there's one fucking boat out there, and that boat's going to monitor what's going on. So they have some kind of monitor that lets them monitor how far this thing is drilling down.
And nobody cared they were out there, just like,
also,
okay, cool.
There's this fucking largest whirlpool that's ever been seen in the universe of water going down where this laser is shooting. So they'd be gone already. They wouldn't be able to be near that thing.
Also, on top of this...
That's like a big drain plug. It's just gone.
On top of a whirlpool being created, you also have, like, just hot steam being thrown all over the place.
Yeah, so there's this volcanism, and...
Yeah. And they get to the mantle, and
like...
Seismic.
You think there'd be one person in Roland Emmerich's world that'd be like, hey man, that sounds really cool, but it's not gonna work.
Just don't. Just stop.
Like, this is 100% bad science. Like, nope, going for it. Smash all the buildings. This time I'll jokingly not smash the White House. The thing like parks against the White House and he parks all the debris against it. And I was like,
it's funny. See, you liked it.
I was like, fuck you.
By the way, did you see the giant city in back of, like, Washington D.C. is this giant, beautiful city?
Yeah, and that was kind of cool. That actually made sense because it was like, oh, they used the technology and they built up.
Kind of cool, except it violates their airspace rule.
Well, it does. So did that one memorial, which of course Roland Emmerich didn't look up. Asshole.
Oh.
Asshole. Maybe that city in back was Annapolis, Virginia. Maybe that's it. It was like
that's directly in back of the White House. So they used the future tech to move the city there. Is that what you're saying? Like, we'll move the entire city in back of the White House.
They moved the borders of DC so they could make the skyscrapers.
Yeah, there'd be so many like just horrible sniper spots from those buildings towards the White House. Just like, okay, well,
with their new alien gun technology, which a fucking tribe in Africa had.
You notice how the world almost ended under a female's watch, guys? Donald Trump. Vote Trump.
That's basically what this was.
Make America great
Trump
again.
2016 or the aliens will attack. Okay, the plot was super convoluted. The reason the aliens came back didn't make any sense.
No, they finished what they started, man.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we got owned, so let's send... Why didn't you send this guy in the first place? Why was there not a harvester in the first place? You didn't explain that. There's just these stupid little ships that were trying to, like, take over, but then you explain in the second movie that in the first movie they were actually trying to harvest it. Then why didn't you just send the 3,000 mile wide ship the first time? Everyone would have died of horror shock.
The 3,000 mile ship like takes a lot of stuff. It's a lot of energy involved. So
yeah, but if they would have done that the first time, everyone would have died of shock horror, and then they would have just been able to easily take over the planet.
Shock horror is the worst.
Shock horror,
the worst Batman villain. Shock horror.
I'm a whore. Shoots electricity.
Oh no, you whore!
You damn whore.
Shock horror. Okay, so who's your favorite character? Now that we're
Yum 17. Just to look at
the racist
Angela baby, not Angel A baby. She's not a baby.
Angela baby.
She's a cherubim. She's an angel and also a baby.
She was named by Tony Danza.
Angela baby.
Yeah. I mean, she is.
My favorite character obviously was Dr. Oaken because he got some lines. He was just doing great.
I really like Chocolat.
Brent Spiner was hitting home runs. I couldn't get into it because I kept seeing Chocolat. That was my problem.
See, I did it all, and then when he said, I was like, oh, yeah, that was him.
He was like one step above a blackface character in that Baz Luhrmann Moulin Rouge.
No, we're not talking about Moulin Rouge, okay?
No, I'm talking about Chocolat.
Playing a warlord.
You called him Chocolat.
Playing a warlord.
Yeah. Baz Luhrmann is
playing a warlord in a movie where there's planetary peace, and he's a warlord.
Yeah. So already that plot made no sense. And they're like, oh, he called a bunch of people to like look at this thing. And also he's learned the language somehow, which no one else in the entire world has tried to do. At all?
No,
like, no one?
His brain was in tune with it. Dr. Oaken did the same thing. You didn't
But
watch this
so
movie,
was Bill
man.
Pullman.
I'm convinced
Bill
you did
Pullman
not
was
watch
too,
this
and Bill
movie.
Pullman just addled like alien.
Well, because his brain wasn't as strong as Dr. Ogen's in the
No,
in
I don't
the,
agree with that.
in the movie.
He did the Independence Day speech.
Yeah, and then you almost like.
And then he did another Independence Day speech next time.
And then he also was like, "I warned you, blah," and then had a seizure. And he fell over.
Sorry to people with seizures, but
sorry to make fun of
it was pretty ridiculous. Celia Ward, she was my favorite character as President Lanford because she was there.
Do you think a bus could outrun a giant monster? Like a school bus full of kids.
I don't want to get started with stuff like that.
Stuff. This
makes me so it makes blood shoot up my nose. Like Judd Hirsch's boat ride. He was dead. He was 100% dead.
No, there's 0%
There was no chance he would have lived that.
It was. He probably had more chance of like getting struck with an asteroid while flying into the air towards the comet.
I would have believed it better if an angel came out and just grabbed him, or like the Eagles from Lord of the Rings or something, like picked him up and brought him somewhere.
Yeah, or that would have made more sense. The Traveler saved him.
That would have made more sense.
Hi, it's me, the Traveler.
Like explain that in the third movie, I guess. That won't happen because they didn't make enough.
You know what they should?
But
they should have replaced Judd Hirsch in the later scenes with Peter Dinklage as the ghost from Destiny.
Hey, it's me.
That wizard came from the moon.
The wizard might as well have came from the moon because none of it made sense. Like, oh look, Saturn's rings are screwed up. Oh, it's here. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Move really fast.
Shit, man, we didn't think of like a detection system or something by this point. We got alien technology. We didn't think, hey, let's look for these guys. They're probably coming back. We just blew up all their ships.
Also, they wouldn't have seen anything through Saturn's rings because anything that can move that fast is moving out of the plane of existence. Really, they're not moving.
Yeah, and it was cloaked at the time too because you saw it uncloaked when it came back to the moon.
Well,
a 3,000 mile wide ship was cloaked, but didn't have technology enough to know how to just pluck that thing right out of the middle of the earth. You know, phase the core right out and just pull it out or something.
Maybe we're saving it like a gobstopper, man. Where it's like, that grape player.
So good. Ooh, mantle. Delicious mantle. Delicious inner mantle.
Oh, here's the Atlanteans that are in that weird little bubble of water that we found that's in the middle of the mantle between the upper and lower mantle. Maybe they were visiting those guys.
And then,
that's the book you can write, man. That's the book you
can
write.
And then, of course, there's a trap that happens, but the aliens don't get the guys that come in there, and they get pulled into the ship. They're trying to... they're like, oh, we'll just go into the ship. That'll be a good idea. And it's like
we got you.
100% bad idea, guys. Why would you go in and just, oh, we left the door open. Oops, our bad.
What is the end game of that? You're going to kill them either way.
You shoot the missiles in there, right? And then somehow going to blow it up. But then you're 100% dead. Plus, the ship already can't take, you're not hitting anything on the outside. So is it made of paper mache on the inside? You didn't really think about that part.
What am I inside the shield?
I understood what they were trying to do, but then you went in, you 100% know it's a trap, so you should have been looking for a trap, not we just waltzed in here, nothing's going on. Perfect, guys, get the missiles ready. Oh, wait, we got ambushed.
Man, am I right, guys?
Girls' muscle weakness. Man,
right?
Okay, then.
You got Usher, he's you got it, bet. And you got Thor's brother over there, he's like, I'm Loki.
I'm Thor!
Flying his thing, and then, the little dude who looks... just like a
He's
little
been in something.
Guy.
He's been in something.
My dreams. What? No. I think he's Bobby Fischer. He played Bobby Fischer in Search for Love.
And then you had Yo-Yo Gabari, who was she was in charge of the mission. No. Was she second in command?
No.
Captain Stephen Hillard was. Stephen Hillard. Dylan Hillard. Stephen Hillard dead.
See, man,
he's dead.
You mixed
they never tell you in the movie. You're supposed to have read the other stuff.
You mixed up Will Smith and Usher.
Who's a kid in a job? Who else? Will Smith.
Last thing we should talk about, Matt, Vivica A. Fox. Why was she in this movie?
First of all, damn. Everybody else kind of aged well. Even
she's aged 20 years, man.
She didn't age well.
She was 30 or something in the movie.
Looks like somebody just put Botox all in their face.
That's what she did. Botox. That's literally what she did.
She's like a Bobo. It's it's like that.
Oh. Where's the Billy and Jimmy and Lee? Get him out of here!
Okay, and now I get. Okay, so she ends up getting killed. She ends up dying in the building. Stop. She ends up dying in the building, coming down.
That would have been a better soundtrack.
Oh. It would have been. It would have been something. I get it. So now Dylan has this crisis of faith, and because he sees his mom die. But then nothing happens after that. It does nothing else to his mission.
I'll do this for you, Mom.
Yeah, he doesn't even say like he doesn't even say something like that.
No welcome to Earth either. I was very sad about that.
Somebody punched an alien? Was it him? I think it was him. And
no,
then,
it was her.
Nothing happened. It was her. And then like nothing happened. I was like, yeah.
I want to go punch an alien.
You didn't punch hard as Will Smith does. He knocked an alien out in his suit.
Oh no, maybe it was Liam Hemsworth that punched an alien.
Might have been. I think it was Liam Hemsworth. Actually,
it doesn't matter. These characters are interchangeable. They don't matter. But that doesn't matter because in a Roland Emmerich movie, it's about the explosions.
Also, it doesn't matter because it only made $41 million. So even though they set up a sequel hard at the end,
hard, like a like a hard sci-fi.
Almost as hard as they tried to set up the plot in the beginning. They set up the sequel at the end.
Like a very hard sci-fi sequel.
There is this alien who has other aliens this alien trains
you to kill the bad
guys, even though that hasn't obviously worked. And this is the last alien of its race, by the way. So either way, doing a shitty ass job.
She's basically like, yeah. So you're the only ones that defeated these guys. Like, well then, what is the training you're doing?
Yeah. Also, this alien has weapons that can have us defeat it. And that's basically what they say. That's how Dr. Ogun, I think.
But she doesn't give them any weapons.
Like, oh, and I saw schematics for weapons that can defeat the aliens. Okay, first of all, the vaguest fucking thing you can say. What kind of weapons? Because obviously, we weren't doing that good of a job. We got super fucking lucky.
Also, that alien guy showed up like 5 seconds before the bad guys did. So was there an end game where he was going to be like, here you go?
He came out of a fucking portal. Yeah. He was in a portal. Like the other guy just flew there or something.
It was like a wormhole. It was like he made a wormhole.
Yeah, and he made it right next to the goddamn moon. Yeah. It was killing me. I was like,
idea.
I would have shot you too. Yeah. You came out right next to the moon.
Fuck you.
What's wrong with you?
Polar oxygen, you asshole.
What is wrong with you?
You're a dick. Like what? Your ship couldn't fly 5 more feet, to be out of the gravitational pull of the moon.
If you want to scare us, open up right next to the moon and come out, because that'll make me piss my pants.
I'm not a bad guy.
Shoot everything at that thing, please.
That scene actually reminds me of a game I played with Connor. Because Connor, he'll close the door and open it and I'm a monster, and then he'll close the door and then open the door again and be like, I'm not a monster. Doesn't matter. Damn. He doesn't.
It's still a monster, okay? Because you came out right next to
You don't know what the fuck it is.
Right next to the moon, where they just installed a weapon, luckily, that could shoot you and destroy you.
So, Matt, the verdict: best movie ever or best movie of this year? Best movie you've seen this month. How about that?
Definitely the best movie. No, actually, no, it's not the best movie. I've seen Pootie Tang on HBO. So it's better than this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. They could have done so much more with the plot instead of just punching. They just took their hand and punched you over the head with it over and over, plot. They're like the shame of Cersei while you're watching, and you felt shame because you're still watching this movie while they're just punching you in the face with plot and ex machina.
See, for me, what made it turn around for me is it felt more like they were just punching a paper mache thing of my head. So you're just watching this head just bust open and candy come out.
Candy came out, yay! Everyone kisses in the air.
Yeah, and you're just okay, well, here we go. This is what's happening. Okay, there's a 3,000 mile
Jeff
ship.
Goldblum has sex with everyone! Yeah. No, it didn't happen.
She's an nymphomaniac, man. He definitely got sex with her. You know what I'm saying?
He 100% had sex with her. That's what they were implying.
Nymphomaniac.
But nobody cared about that. That was nobody lied. Throwaway plot point. There was so many throwaway plot points they could have made this movie an hour and 10 minutes and it would have been fine.
I think the director's cut of this movie should just be them doing a scene and then be no one cares and pushing them off and just okay, next scene.
And then 40 minutes of Jeff Goldblum drinking coffee. Talking about The Fly. Talking about The Fly.
The Fly was a great movie. I actually studied flies to begin with, and this is what I did there was guys, we love you. This was a great episode.
I need a drink.
We're going to be so drunk right now. This is actually pretty high alcohol content.
7.5. Guys, thanks for coming tonight.
Finn.
Thanks. Stay classy.